An old woman found an empty jar which had lately been full of prime old wine, and which still retained the fragrant smell of its former contents. She greedily placed it several times to her nose, and drawing it backwards and forward said, "Oh, most delicious." The memory of good deeds lives. Now, this brother Tim, that was an Aesop fable entitled "The Woman in the Wine Jar," and this is Folk Tales for Grown Folks, and I am Brother Tim, coming at you live and direct from Simbaland. So we're gonna make this quick because the boys is gonna be getting up real soon. So here we go. So we got this woman who found a wine jar, and smelling the wine in the jar, we know that the wine that was in the jar was of a good quality, and the wine that was in the jar was old. It had been aged. The culture that created the wine had done its work so well that an impression was left on the jar. So the moral is good deeds. What is it? It says good deeds. The memory of good deeds lives. When we are doing good deeds, and we're doing them from the genuineness of our hearts, when we're doing them because this is who we are, the memory of what we do, or have done, lives on in the people that we have done it for. You understand what I'm saying? So when you do a good deed and you are genuine with it, and you apply yourself with it, your spirit lingers on with that person. All right? Just like that wine lingers in that jar. See, because a lot of people that are not familiar with the wine making process, wine is basically fruit that has been allowed to ferment. So now what happens is that you have to expose this fruit to yeast. Now the fruit already has yeast in it. You can let that yeast do it, or you could take an old cultured yeast, that yeast that has already made wine before, and you could pour a little bit of it into that wine, and it will cause this liquid, this water, this juice to change into alcohol. Basically what happens is you have the yeast that will eat the sugar, and the sugar will and it will transform that sugar into wine. Now, when you get a good wine, when you open the jar, you could smell the wine. You can smell the quality of the wine when you open. If it's bad wine, you know right away. You can throw it away. If you allow it to sit too long or put too much sugar in it, it becomes vinegar, and you could throw it away, right? But that good wine, that good old wine, that where you got just enough yeast and just enough sugar so that it eats just enough, and it allows itself to age. It don't just continue working and go bad. It just sits there, and it grows, and it becomes more powerful, because this is the culture. See, because that's what they call it. The part that made the wine, they call it the culture. This is the culture. Is a culture of good wine. And just like with you, when you do something genuine and you come up out of yourself and you come up out of your culture and you do something that's genuine to you, the fragrance or the spirit of what you do lingers with the people that you have done it for, and it lingers in their mind. A truly good deed is never ever forgotten. Remember that. So when you out here operating in the world and you just doing stuff, do stuff with intention. Do stuff from your center, so that people can smell your fragrance, so they could see and feel your spirit in what you give. Because you want everything you do to leave a mark. If wine can leave a mark on the jar, you can leave a mark on the world. This is Brother Tim saying peace. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you got something from it. I'm looking forward to hearing some of your fables. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna have some of the young people I'm working with to interpret one of these stories for me as well. So stay tuned as we sit up here and we continue growing young folk up here in Simbaland. And with that, I say peace. Support it. All right. Check us out at Simba/Simpsa Nation on Facebook. Also check out my website at www.giamijourney.com. Thank you for tuning in, and with that I say peace.